Hello everyone, good evening. I'm AK Manjurul Islam. I'm live and exclusive before you once again with a new topic. Today, the topic for my discussion is fostering the habit of reading in English. So, how to foster the habit of reading? First of all, let us know something about the reading skill. Well, in our religion, the first message that our Prophet got from the Almighty Allah was read. Read in the name of God who has created. Angel Jibril, he brought the message to our Prophet Muhammad, and that was read in the name of God who has created. So, to acquire knowledge, to gather information, there is no alternative to reading. You have to read to be wise. You have to read to acquire knowledge, and knowledge is power. So, reading is a very important skill of language. It's a macro skill, and in my previous discussion, in my previous live discussion, I talked about writing skill, and I have talked about productive and receptive skills as well. Reading actually is a receptive skill where we gather information, we receive information. It's a very, very important skill to gather knowledge, to acquire knowledge. And reading skill has got some sub skills as well. First of all, let me introduce you with those sub skills of reading. To develop your reading skill, you need to develop these sub skills as well. Number one is vocabulary. You need to enrich your vocabulary. You need to know a lot of words. So if you cannot enrich your vocabulary, then if you are going to read something, if that reading material is full of unknown words, then you will not be able to understand the message of that reading material. So your reading will be hampered. You are reading, but there are many unknown words, unfamiliar words. You cannot actually guess the meaning even. Then what's the use of reading? You will find yourself in a very awkward position. You will not be able to understand the message. So reading, enriching vocabulary is very, very important. So how to enrich your vocabulary? Well, to enrich your vocabulary, you need to read a lot. And whenever you are reading something, just read at a stretch. I mean, don't think about the meaning at the very outset, because, if the passage is full of unfamiliar words, if the passage is full of unknown words, and you are reading and again you are having a look at the dictionary, and even you are trying to guess the meaning, but you cannot guess the meaning from your context. So, what to do? Do not bother about the meaning of the word at first. Just go through the passage or go through the reading material. Read as much as you can. So, whenever you are finding an unknown word, just underline the word or mark the word that you find unfamiliar to you. Then you just mark the word or underline the word, and then after completing your reading, you try to find out the meaning of those words, what those words actually mean. Then you will actually be able to learn the meaning of the words, and not only just see the meaning or look the meaning up into the dictionary, you have to use those words. I mean, try to use those words in your expressions. So that will help you develop your vocabulary or enrich your vocabulary. But while reading, you should not always be concerned about the meaning of the word, because if you are doing that, your reading will be hampered. Your natural flow will be hampered. You will always pause because you don't know the meaning of the word. Then you find yourself in a very awkward position. You look it up into the dictionary again and again, because there will be a lot of unknown words that you don't know. Then what to do? Just go through the passage, just read at a stretch. After completing your reading, you just look those unknown words up into the dictionary and try to find the meaning of those words. That will help you. But while reading, if you are doing that, your reading will be hampered. Your natural flow of reading will be hampered. So there is no need to do that. But definitely mark or underline those unknown words or unfamiliar words, and after you complete your reading, look those words up into the dictionary and look the use of the words and try to use those words in your writing, in your expressions, in your speaking, whenever you can. So this is the number one sub-skill of reading, enriching vocabulary. Vocabulary is the number one sub-skill. And now let us move on with the second sub-skill of reading, that is grammar. That means syntax. You have to have a very clear knowledge of the sentence order, syntactic structure of the sentences. Otherwise, if you just read, you will not be able to understand the syntactic structure. Your reading will be hampered. So to understand the message, to read at a stretch, to read with accuracy, it is very important to learn grammar. Am I clear? And spelling. You have to know the spelling of the words and the pronunciation. These are also the sub-skills of reading, spelling and pronunciation. So how to spell a word, how to pronounce a word correctly, it is very important for reading as well. So these are the sub-skills of reading. Am I clear? I repeat, spelling and pronunciation. These two are also the sub-skills of reading, and you need to pronounce the words accurately. You need to pronounce each and every word accurately. It is very important. I'm not saying that you have to always pronounce like the native speakers. It's not necessary to gain the native-like proficiency or native-like pronunciation, but at least you have to maintain the minimum accuracy or minimum level of pronunciation, which is very important for reading. Because we are not native speakers of English, we cannot pronounce like the native speakers, but we have to be accurate in our pronunciation. Am I clear? And to pronounce accurately, you have to be very much familiar with the phonetic symbols. I repeat, to pronounce each and every word perfectly, you have to be very much familiar with IPA, that means International Phonetic Alphabets. So if you are familiar with these International Phonetic Alphabets or IPA, then you will be able to pronounce the words accurately or correctly. And in the Oxford Dictionary, you will find those phonetic symbols. And even in my page, I posted the phonetic symbols long before, but I think in my page, you will find those phonetic symbols. Still, those are available. If you search them in my images, you will definitely find those symbols. So phonetic symbols are very important for accurate pronunciation. Like we pronounce most of the time development, but this is not the accurate pronunciation. It would be development, not development, development. So for reading, pronunciation is very important. You have to read perfectly. Am I clear? And even we pronounce most often water. Water is not the accurate pronunciation. It would be water, water. So how to pronounce those words accurately? It is very important to have a very clear knowledge about the phonetic alphabets. So if you can memorize those phonetic alphabets, you will be able to pronounce the words perfectly. Otherwise, you cannot actually gain the native-like proficiency, or you cannot pronounce the words perfectly. It's not actually like you have to pronounce like the native speakers, but you have to pronounce accurately or correctly. I hope you understand. And then let us move on with the next sub-skill of reading, that is stress and intonation. Stress and intonation are another two sub-skills of reading, which are very important for reading skill. And if you want to read accurately, you need to develop these two sub-skills as well. Stress and intonation. What is stress and what is intonation? So what is intonation and what is stress? I am going to explain those things to you. Number one is stress. Okay. So stress means you have to put emphasis on certain words of a sentence. You have to put emphasis on certain words, or some parts of the words have to be accented or unaccented. These are very important for good reading, and especially in case of reading poetry, it is very important to put your stress in the right word or in the right syllable. Am I clear? I repeat, it is very important to put stress on the right word or on the right syllable. And in case of poetry, it is very, very essential. So, what is stress? I have explained. So, certain words or certain syllables of a word would be always stressed or would be emphasized while pronouncing. So, how to put stress or put emphasis on those words, and where to put those stresses? Actually, there are two categories in case of words. Number one is content words, and number two is form words. Form words and content words. So, what is form words and what is content words? Let me explain those things to you. Content words are those words that carry the main message in a sentence. I repeat, content words are those words that carry the main message in a sentence. Like noun, principal verb, adjective, adverb. These are the content words. I repeat, noun, adjective, adverb, principal verb. These words actually carry the main message in a sentence. Like Karim goes to school. Here the content words would be Karim, goes, and school, because Karim is noun, goes is principal verb, and school is working here as an adverb, because where is Karim going? To school. Am I clear? So you have to put emphasis on these words in this sentence. These words will be stressed. What would be the unstressed words? To. To is preposition. So form words are those words that do not carry the main message in a sentence, but help to complete or express the meaning. Am I clear? So those words would be auxiliary verb, pronoun, article, preposition, and conjunction. These words do not carry the main message in a sentence. These words rather help to express or complete the meaning. Am I clear? So content words would be emphasized and those words would be stressed, and form words in a sentence that do not carry the main message, rather help to express meaning, those words would be unstressed. Am I clear? Those words would be unstressed words, and we don't have to put emphasis on those words. Clear? He is going to school. Here he is pronoun, form word, is auxiliary verb, so we do not need to put emphasis. Going is the main verb, is the principal verb. That means we have to put emphasis in this word. Going to school. To is preposition. We don't have to put emphasis on it because it's a form word. School. School is working as an adverb here, so we have to put emphasis on it. Is it clear? Going, school. So these two words would be emphasized or we have to put emphasis on these two words in the sentence, he is going to school. And the other words would be unaccented or unstressed. Am I clear? So I hope you understand where to put emphasis or where not to put emphasis. So these are very important. Stress and intonation. I have already explained what stress is all about. Now let us move on with intonation. What is intonation? Intonation means the tone that you use while actually speaking. Your pitch. Pitch means the vocal cords vibration. Okay, so intonation is concerned with your tone of voice. Is it clear? Or your tone of expression, like rising tone and falling tone. There are two kinds of tone. Suppose a sentence can be actually an assertive sentence, or it can be a question, like you want to have a cup of tea. It's an assertive sentence. But if I change my tone, if I change my voice, if I change my tone, if I say that you want to have a cup of tea with me, you want to have a cup of tea, you want to have a cup of tea, it's one tone. And you want to have a cup of tea, it's actually a question. So assertive sentence have been turned into an interrogative sentence by changing the tone. Am I clear? So by changing the tone, you are turning an assertive sentence into an interrogative sentence. So tone is very important in case of reading, especially in case of reading poetry. So I have already finished my discussion on the sub skills of reading. If you want to be a good reader, if you want to read accurately and perfectly, you need to develop these sub skills of reading. Number one is vocabulary. Number two is grammar. Number three is spelling and pronunciation. And last but not the least, stress and intonation. So these are very, very important in case of developing reading skills. Now let us talk about two types of reading. There are two types of reading. Number one is extensive reading, and number two is intensive reading. What is extensive reading and what is intensive reading? Let us explain these two things. Extensive reading is actually reading without any purpose, reading thoroughly without any purpose. You don't have any purpose in mind. You are just reading for pleasure. You are reading for the sake of reading, just like reading a newspaper, reading a novel, reading poetry, reading novels, short stories, all these things. Am I clear? Without any purpose. You don't have any purpose in mind. You are just reading for the sake of reading, reading thoroughly. Clear? It's concerned with skimming, another sub skill of reading, that is skimming. So this is one type of reading, that is extensive reading, and number two is intensive reading. Let us explain intensive reading now. What is intensive reading? I have already explained extensive reading, reading without any purpose, reading thoroughly. And intensive reading actually is concerned with reading with a purpose. That means intensive reading means reading with a particular objective in mind. Like you are reading comprehension and answering questions. So whenever you are reading a comprehension, first of all you read thoroughly. That is called skimming. Am I clear? Skimming. You read the passage thoroughly. You don't have any purpose then. But when actually you are going to answer questions from that passage that you have been given, then what you do? You need to scan that passage. That means now you are reading for finding out information. That means you are reading out because of finding out particular information, and you are reading with an objective in your mind. Am I clear? I repeat, whenever you are reading comprehension and answering questions, then you are reading with an objective in mind, and that is to read the passage and search for the information according to the question. So then what you do, you scan actually. When we insert pen drive and use our antivirus software, what that uh, antivirus software does actually, it scans for virus. Am I clear? Scanning for virus. So whenever you are actually reading intensively, you are reading with a particular objective in mind. That means you are reading to find out particular information. So whenever you are reading comprehension and answering question, then you are actually trying to find out particular information from that passage. This is called intensive reading. That means you are scanning. Am I clear? That means you are reading with a particular objective in your mind. This is what intensive reading is all about. I hope you understand. Now, let us move on with something else, that is how to be a good reader, how to foster the habit of reading. Because many of us do not have the habit of reading. We feel very bored when we are going to read a book. We don't feel like we should read a book. We always spend most of the time on mobile phones, on TVs, on computers, on laptops, but we don't want to read books. But how to get rid of it? How to foster the habit of reading in English? To develop your reading skill in English, you need to read a lot. To be wise, you need to read a lot. And how to foster the habit of reading in English? Well, reading newspaper can be a good choice. If you can read newspaper, English newspaper daily, that is a good choice. That is a good habit. So make it a habit, reading a newspaper each and every day. It will definitely make you a good reader. It will enrich your vocabulary. It will actually boost up your confidence level, and it will also help you develop your reading skill. It will definitely help you in many extents. So you need to read newspaper daily. Nowadays you don't have to buy newspaper because many online newspapers are already available on the internet. So you can only search the name of the newspaper and you can find the newspaper on internet and you can read them. So it is very easy. So make it a habit, reading newspaper each and every day, or a particular section of newspaper. It might be sports section, it might be literature section, whatever it is. Just try to read newspaper. Okay. Then another thing, that is reading short stories. Sometimes we feel like reading novel is is very difficult because there are many novels which are very much lengthy, consumes a lot of time. Then spend times on short stories. Short stories are short, so you can read short stories as much as you can, as many as you can. That will also help you develop your reading skill. But I would like to inform you about a very good technique of fostering the habit of reading that is maintained in many foreign schools and colleges in ELT classes. Teachers suggest many books. There is a library in each and every school. There is, a bookshelf actually and a library. There are many books that are kept, and the teachers suggest them to read books, probably 10 books in each semester, or 15 books, 10 or 15 books in each semester. Teacher can suggest that. And they maintain a logbook to foster the habit of reading. What is a logbook? And by using logbook, you can actually foster the habit of reading. You can grow the habit of reading within yourself by maintaining a logbook. So what is a logbook? Okay, let me explain that. It is maintained in foreign schools and colleges. In many foreign schools and colleges, logbooks are being maintained for a long time. So logbook actually is a reading record. Just like we maintain a diary for our daily activities. Diary writing actually develops your writing skill. But what is logbook and how to foster the habit of reading by maintaining a logbook. Logbook is a kind of reading record. How much have you read? How many pages have you read? And your opinion of that reading section that you have already read. It is one kind of reading record maintained by the teacher or the schools or educational institutions. Each and every semester, teacher will suggest some books. It might be 10 books, 12 books, whatever the number might be. They actually suggest them to read or finish those books within this semester. And then they maintain a logbook, a reading record. And the teacher, after each and every weekend, check that logbook, that how much or how many pages of the student have read. Am I clear? After the end of the week or after the weekend, the teacher will check the logbook, how many pages or how much have you read of a book. Suppose I have suggested a book called Robinson Crusoe, written by Daniel Defoe, and I tell you to finish the book within this month or within 15 days, or I just give you a particular time limit that you have to finish the book within this allocated time. Then you read the book, and each and every day you maintain the logbook. You read some pages of the book and you write how many pages have you read of the book. You maintain the logbook, and on your logbook you will write how many pages you have read and your comment on those sections that you have read. Teacher can also put some questions there in the logbook. You need to answer those questions according to the category that is already there on your logbook. So you have to maintain a logbook. So after completing the weekend, after the weekend, the teacher will take that logbook from you and he will check it. He will have a look at the logbook, that how many pages have you read, how many pages have you already finished, and what is your commentary on those pages that you have already finished or completed. So this is what logbook is all about. It is one kind of reading record. If you maintain it by yourself, you can also develop your reading skill. You can maintain a logbook by yourself. You don't need to have any teacher, because in our country, schools and colleges and our educational institutions do not maintain any logbook. But in foreign educational institutions, it is maintained by the teachers, and it is very effective for developing and fostering the habit of reading. Am I clear? So you can create your own logbook and you can keep the reading record each and every day. Even if you can manage only one page to read of a novel, of a short story, of a prose, whatever it is, of any book, you just keep the record of your reading, that I have read these pages of the book, from 1 to 2 pages, from 2 to 3 pages, or from 1 to 10 pages, whatever it is, whatever the amount is, whatever the amount of pages, that doesn't actually matter. You just read and keep the record, and you see that how many pages of that book you have read within this week or within this month. And if you can maintain it, and if you can read each and every day some pages of a book or of any book, then you will be a good reader. You will see that gradually your reading speed is increasing, and you will definitely be able to become a very good reader, a very effective and efficient reader. You will gradually develop or increase your reading speed as well. So this is a very good technique. Maintaining a logbook is a very effective technique to foster the habit of reading in English. I might tell you this will definitely work. I can challenge you, if you can maintain a logbook and start reading from now, you will be a good a good reader within this month. You will definitely become a good reader within this month if you can maintain a logbook within this month and check your reading record each and every weekend, or if each and every day. You can check it by yourself, or you can have it checked by your teacher or by anyone. But it is not possible in our country. As I've already mentioned, educational institutions do not maintain any logbook in our country. So you can create your own logbook and you can check it each and every day. You can, after reading a few pages of a book, you keep the record on in your logbook and have a look at the logbook each and every day. How many pages have you read? Have you already finished or read? And how many pages have you read within this month or within this semester? Whatever. Just try to read and write your commentary on those pages or sections of a book that you have read and keep the record. So I think you are not familiar with logbook. The logbook culture is not here in our country. So how to grow that culture? So it is actually not my duty, but I can talk about individual consciousness, individual improvement of your reading. So you have to create your own logbook. There are a lot of logbooks or logbook formats available on the internet. You can just search on the Google logbook or reading record. Logbook, within bracket you write reading record. Then you search it on the internet, Google image, you will find a lot of formats of logbook. Okay, I'm doing one thing. After my lecture, I will post some logbook formats on my page, and you can maintain a logbook while reading. After reading, you write how many pages you have already read of that book, and then write your commentary on those sections or pages of the book. You will definitely be a good reader. You will gradually become a very effective reader. I can challenge you. So anyway, that's all for today. And after my lecture, definitely I will post some samples of logbook on my page, and maintain that logbook. It will help you foster the habit of reading in English. That's all for today. Good night to all of you, and I will see you again. Wishing you all the very best, and good luck. Good night.